as a hero, would apologize to a coward like him? That's impossible. And then looked at Ren and said sarcastically, why don't you order these animals to retreat? It's true that they're spirits of the stronger factions, but after all, they're just monsters, right? Ren couldn't hold back his anger, so he punched Arius in the face, saying, these are my friends, and if you dare to insult either of them again, you'll see what you don't like. Arius looked at him angrily and said, how dare a mere tamer of monsters beat me? Well, I challenge you in battle. My team is against yours, and whoever loses is subject to the winner. Ren smiled confidently and said, okay, the battle has begun. As a club, I faced the sword-wielding fighter. Tanya took over the fight against the two girls from the team, and Ren was his opponent, Arius himself. The confrontation is caught. The fencer was quite self-confident and told Lucanati, I've always wanted to fight a member of the stronger factions. But Kanade angrily said, I'll make you apologize to Ren for offending him. She rushed hard at him, and he found himself receiving blows from every side without being able to respond. He pooled his energy in his sword to attack her, but she easily repelled the blow. She stepped back a little and then mocked him, saying, all this screaming about legendary techniques, that's all you got. The swordsman felt angry and said, I will fight you with all my might. His energy began to gather around his body, and she looked at him as a club and said, finally, she started taking it seriously. Well, I'll only use half my strength. In less than a second, she disappeared in front of him, then suddenly appeared behind him, kicked him and broke one of his bones, and he fell to the ground. Tanya began her battle against the two girls, provoking them, saying, come on, show me what you have. They got angry and rushed towards her with all their might, but Tanya just snapped her fingers to neutralize their spells. The girls were surprised again, while Tanya was laughing sarcastically and saying, is this the most you have? My ability is called physical cancellation, and it enables me to erase any spell against me, no matter how strong it is, Tanya said. So are you done? The girls became more angry, gathering all their strength and attacking them, but to no avail. At that point, they completely lost the motivation to fight. Tanya continued, do you think you're going to smell rain and I'll let you do it? No, no way. Now I'm going to show you the real magic. The sky began to turn red, and meteorites appeared on the horizon. The girls were terrified by what they saw, and realized that this might be their end. They couldn't stand the scene and fainted, but Tanya didn't intend to kill them, because she didn't want Ren to be sad. Thus, she managed to defeat the two girls, leaving only Ren and Arius. You see, who will win? Arius quipped. It was foolish to face a hero like me. Get ready for your death. But before he could finish, Ren rushed in and attacked him suddenly, interrupting his speech. Arius became angry and began to attack with his sword, which he was very skilled at using, hitting Ren in several places on his body. However, Ren struck a powerful punch that made him retreat, and, before Arius could catch his breath, he found another punch shattering the rock behind him. He was shocked and said, how did you become so strong? Ren replied with a wry smile, this is the power of the tamer of the monsters I mocked. By the way, I memorize your every move. He then kicked him hard, knocking him away. Arius was very angry and launched a lightning spell at Ren, but he countered it using his magic enhanced by another energy. Arius said confidently, this spell of yours will not withstand the barrage of spells that I will now launch, and then began to launch more magic attacks. Ren tried to avoid attacks, and it seemed that the situation had become difficult for him, or so he wanted to show it. As Arius attacked, he suddenly found himself falling to the ground, his whole body drugged. Ren laughed. Have you forgotten that I'm good at taming insects? It turns out that Ren has been watching an insect from the beginning of the fight, and allowed Arius to hit him so that he could direct the insect to bite him. Arius fell to the ground and said in surrender, forgive me, I'm sorry, I will not repeat this mistake. But, do you think Ren will forgive him after he insulted his friends? Definitely not. Ren hit him with a powerful punch that smashed his face and shattered the ground beneath him. Tanya and Kanade arrived at his place, and they were very happy with their victory. After the defeat of the champions team, Tanya forced the girls to apologize to Ren. Arius then began to tell them about the Shield of Truth, which is located in the Forest of Illusion under the protection of a monster. Ren said confidently, don't worry, I'll bring it myself. Rain and his friends set out into the forest in search of the gear. Tanya came up with the idea of burning the forest to the ground to make the search easier, but Ren stopped her saying, slow down, Tanya. They continued their progress inside the forest, and Ren decided to merge himself with another bird to figure out the way to the gear. After the merger was successful, he was able to locate and then return to continue the journey with his friends, but they kept walking for a long time in vain. Kennedy said, "Will we keep walking forever? I'm tired." But before she could continue, she noticed that the stone they had placed as a sign of return had reappeared in front of them, which meant they had returned to their starting point. Tanya marveled. "I'm sure we were going in the right direction. Something abnormal is happening here." Using her ability to detect mana, she discovered that a tree was sending an imaginary magic that would make them walk in a circle. Tanya said, "This tree is the reason. If we want to progress, we have to break it first." She got excited. "Leave this task to me," and then stepped back in preparation for a big blow, but suddenly she heard a voice saying, "Leave the place." She froze like a club in place, then hid behind Ren's, saying fearfully, "What's that voice?" Before she could finish speaking, a fairy appeared from inside the tree. Everyone stood in a daze, disbelieving what they were seeing. Ren said cheerfully, "Hello," but the fairy looked at them angrily and said, "Leave the place immediately." Ren told her, "We're looking for the shield of truth." She replied sharply, "I told you, leave the place." Ren tried to speak again, but she interrupted saying, "Are you leaving or?" Suddenly everyone ran towards the forest again. They couldn't believe there was a fairy guarding the gear. Tanya told Ren, "She deceived us the first time, but if we come back now we can beat her. Don't bother with her spells. I'll protect you." "But do you think Ren is going to hit a girl?" "I'll talk to her again first," Ren said. The girl shouted, "Are you stupid? She was going to kill us." Ren smiled and said, "I'll try to get along with her." Everyone was convinced and went back to talking to her. "I'm sorry," Ren said, "but I want something from you." The fairy said angrily, "It looks like you want to die here." Ren said quietly, "I just want to talk to you, nothing more." But the fairy attacked him directly, and Ren did not move from his place, but let her arrows hit him. I asked him in amazement, "Why didn't you run away?" He replied, "I came to talk." That's it. The fairy got angry again and attacked him with stronger spells, and was about to kill him. But Tanya and Kunadi rushed to protect him from the arrows. When the fairy saw that they were protecting him, she cancelled her spells and asked, "Why are you defending him?" Kunadi replied, "I know fairies hate humans, but believe me, he's different from them. He's good." Tanya said to her, "And I testify to you that." She was convinced by their words and went to Ren to wake him up, and then told him, "My name is Sura. Nice to know you." He replied, "My name is Ren, and I am honored." They finally sat down together and started telling her why they came to this place. Sora realized it and told them, "You're looking for the shield of truth, aren't you? That gear is in our village, we fairies, and it's protected by a barrier I made myself, and I won't let you in, but I can go and bring the gear for you." Everyone rejoiced and said to her, "We agree." Sora went to get the shield, came back to them to deliver it to them, and then said, "You got the shield. Come on now, leave from here." Ren replied, "Okay," and then took the girls with him and started leaving. But Sora wanted to tell them something, but she stopped herself. However, Ren felt she wanted to say something. He returned to her and asked her, "What's the matter? Tell me." She was about to tell him what hurt her, but backed down when she remembered that it could lead to their death. As she was about to deny it, Ren interrupted, saying, "It's okay. I'll help you even if you get hurt or lose my life. She helped me and brought me the gear I was looking for, so let me give you back." Sora was very moved by his words and began to tell him about her suffering. "I have a twin sister named Rona. She is different from me, but she is the closest person to me. We were always here, protecting our village together with the magic barrier we created. But one day, a monster from the army of the Demon King appeared and attacked us. We tried to fight him, but he was very strong and managed to beat us. Rona sacrificed herself for me and escaped while she was captured. Now she's locked up, and I can't do anything to save her. I went to the village chief to ask for help, but he refused, preferring the safety of all the fairies to the rescue of my sister. I know his decision was right, but I can't leave her there without her help." Ren listened to her story and was very moved by it, then told her, "Don't worry, I'll bring your sister back to you soon. That's a promise from me." Sura was deeply moved, and tears streamed from her eyes as she hugged him. After that, the four devised a plan to save Rona from the monster unharmed. Sura remained in the forest to protect her village, while Rin and his companions vowed to return her sister safely. Ren arrived at the place of the monster, and he looked very strong. He found Rona hanging on a tree, chained, unable to move. Ren took advantage of the monster's preoccupation, attacking it with all his might, but the magical attacks did not affect him. Kennedy jumped and hit him with her foot. Then Rin joined her and dealt him a blow with his fist, but the monster was not affected. The monster realizes they were here to save Rona, so he dealt a heavy blow to kill her, but Tanya intervened at the last minute, freed her, and took her away. The monster became very angry and began to destroy everything around it, driving Rin and Kennedy away from him. Ren quickly thought of using a spell to distract the monster, summoning a group of insects to get his attention. Then he turned to Kennedy and told her, "I want you to deal him one blow after I cast this spell." Kennedy objected, saying, "One blow won't be enough. He has already received 10 blows and hasn't fallen." Ren confidently replied,